How's everybody doing tonight? So, some of the questions I want to try to address or answer is why social work? Why did I decide to get into social work? Why APU? And was it that difficult of a journey? So for me, my background, I was in transportation for 20 years, and there's someone here tonight that actually worked with me. Hey, how you doing back there? We worked in transportation for 20 years, and even today it's interesting. I get that question, Shun, why the 180-degree turn from transportation for 20 years, Class B, running around Los Angeles driving a bus, to social work? Well, I narrowed it down to 3 reasons. 1, purpose, meaning, and options. For me, it wasn't enough just to run around Los Angeles in the concrete jungle is what I call it, driving a bus, dealing with traffic all day, monitoring bus routes. I wanted to work with people. I wanted to give meaning and purpose to people. I wanted to do more than just help people, but I wanted to empower and advocate for people. So I now have the pleasure of working with not children, but the geriatric population, which I work for a company called Innovage in San Bernardino, just months after I graduated. And so that's been purposeful to me, that's been meaningful to me, to be able to sit with families and assist them through processes. I'm a case manager. I have a large case of seniors that I work with, but I enjoy working with them and their families to help them through our process at my company, where we're basically an insurance provider for seniors. And so when they need someone to advocate, when they need someone to go to the table to speak to the IDT, the interdisciplinary team, I'm that social worker that can talk on their behalf and get the services that they need. So to me, that's purpose and meaning. Options was something that was appealing to me in social work, because prior to this, 10 years ago, I started my journey in school to get my BA and my master's in psychology. Well, one day, as I was taking my program in psychology at another school, our professor, he dropped what I call a wisdom nugget on students at that time. He advised us, he said that if you want to be pigeonholed in one career, then continue on your path to getting a master's in psychology, where you're only able to just counsel people. However, if you want options, career options, then I would suggest that you consider going on the path to obtaining your master's in social work, where you have a plethora of career paths that you can get into, from working with children to seniors and everyone in between, from the jail people who are in jail to people who are getting out, people in geriatrics, and all over, from macro to micro, going to Sacramento, to working on the front line in your city, helping people who are underserved. So that was appealing to me, those options. Second thing, why APU? Well, I'm a Christian, for one thing, and so I love integrating my faith. Not to preach, not to pray, but to learn how to have empathy. I think that's the core. Because again, when I sit down with my clients and they tell me their stories and their issues, the things they need help with, that hits me right here. And so I'm able to go to work, and it fires me up to want to advocate for them. And so APU teaches you, gives you the tools that you need to enable you to advocate for your participants, whether they're seniors, adults, or children. Why APU? Because at my first intern, my supervisor there, she said, Shun, I bring in interns from APU because they know how to produce qualified students who are ready for the job. Matter of fact, when I was interviewed at the current job where I'm at now, my supervisor, she had interns from APU. She hired me because I was from APU, and she recognized that I had the tools needed for the job. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Shun, how can I do this? Especially a part-time program. I work, maybe have family. I understand. That was me. I worked a full-time job. I'm a family man. I'm a husband with 2 kids. I had to be at work at 4:30 in the morning. I didn't get off till 1 o'clock. I had class on Tuesday night, class on Saturdays once a month. I had homework. I understood that my why for doing it was bigger than my fear and everything else I was feeling inside, the anxiety, the wondering if I can make it through this process. Can I make it through this 4-year journey? But I did it because I had determination. I had reasons why. I wanted to be more than just a bus driver. I wanted to be more, so I pushed myself. It took determination. It took sacrifice. I could not procrastinate. So at nighttime, when I got a call from my friends, hey, can you hang out? I had to practice delayed gratification. On the weekends when I was tired and just wanted to relax and play video games with my son or watch TV, I had to go in my room and open the books and study. But I can say that the journey was worth it. After all these years of being able to stand on that stage, my picture was there, and I looked back and I was able to stand on that stage, and it was a wonderful achievement. And if I had to do it all over again, I would do it right here at APU, and not only would I do it, but I suggested it to my daughter, my baby girl, which is actually here tonight. Sierra, can you stand for a minute? That's my daughter, Sierra Griffin. She's considering coming here to APU, and she'll be well taken care of because all of these professors, they helped me, and I know she'll be in good hands. And you will be in good hands if you come to APU. Thank you.